Okay, streaming is happening, I think. Stuff's happening. Yep, streaming is happening.
Oh, it looks you have the infinite window thing going on.
Yeah. Let me close a bunch of that stuff out. Give it a second.
Oh, it looks you have.
All right, I
Okay,
see.
yeah. Okay, it looks good now.
Well, it's
Remember,
still got
you are
us.
sharing. You are sharing your screen,
I
so.
know. It's still got us in it, so it doesn't look good.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, I am.
Look at Rob being punctual.
Yeah, just because the lights are on doesn't mean we're doing anything.
That's true.
All right.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Okay, so now I can see. Now I can see the chat. I've got the other computer going with YouTube and the chat, so I can see what's going on. So assuming I don't break the matrix here,
You're gonna overload Big Bear's Wi-Fi, dude.
dude, it's super possible that something's gonna blow up here. Um, yeah, my biggest fear right now is that we're not gonna be able to capture any of this audio. So let's see what happens. Wait, Tim, are you talking about me or Matt? Tim says, "Nice bear." we have we have an interview scheduled the 7th. Ultra Four Jones, Kevin. We were going to interview him when the Monday after
The week, the Monday after.
so it was planned because he's from Northern California. His plan was to come down, do Arizona with us, and then come to Southern California and hang out, do the interview, and go home. And I was like,
Oh,
well,
damn.
I was like, if you're going to be in Arizona with us, we'll just do the interview there. So we're going to interview
Yeah.
Kevin at the campsite somehow.
Wow.
So what we'll do is we'll interview Kevin at the campsite, film it, capture the audio, and then that following Monday we'll do just the three of us, do our stuff, and then play his video. No, Rob, Tammy did not kick me out, at least not yet. Oh, there's a
This is
picture of a
a
bear behind me. I didn't know.
this is a trial run of you getting kicked out.
Yeah, this is. I tell you what, if I got kicked out, this wouldn't be a bad place to be. I could make it work. Okay. I guess there's no time but the since we have no plan, we might as well start, right?
Let's just Bill Maher this thing, dude.
All right, I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1 just like I normally do, just so I can count it. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it is 6:30 on a Monday night, and we are live. Those of you that are watching, you'll notice that there's a bear here, and I've got a picture of a bear behind me as well. We've got so Tammy and I are out of town this week. We are up in Big Bear. We had this plan for a while. We rented a cabin to spend these 3 days up here. It's my last week of freedom before I start a new job, and we planned on seeing our family, my family, while we were up here. But my mom and dad decided to go to Vegas, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced Vegas. Now in a global pandemic, I'm not hanging out with my folks for at least 14 days. So they just came back, and and we decided it would be in everyone's best interest if we let them simmer down and let whatever they captured in Las Vegas fall off of their bodies for a while. So Matt and Jose are each remote. Matt is in his normal LA Dodgers dungeon, and Jose's in a whole new dungeon with a special mirror behind him. Whoa, that's
Yeah, this whole house is completely empty, dude. We do not have enough furniture for this new house. It's in this, as you can hear, this room is just a computer and a desk,
yeah. You should
and
have put
that's it.
like hung up blankets in front of you or something. It's like,
Oh, that's
uh,
yeah, I could have done that.
well,
No,
I'm sure mine doesn't sound much better. I'm in a tiny room up in a cabin in Big Bear. I'm extremely surprised that I've got good enough Wi-Fi to do what we're doing right now. But we are all streaming, and we'll probably be back in the studio next week. Although that will probably also be kind of a shit show. Like I said, my first day of work is that day, so who knows what that's going to be like. But um, so what? Let's start with the winter expedition. The winter expedition,
updates.
yeah, winter expedition registration is closed. We are full up. We have 25 rigs, uh, 40 participants, 42 participants, I think, 30, 38, 40 participants, something like that, between passengers and drivers. Um, Matt and I are going out early on Thursday, like 10 o'clock. Jose and Adam, I know for sure, are coming out later that afternoon. My brother and a couple other people have said that they're going to. Tim said that he's going to try to meet us out there, Matt, at about that time. Assuming he's got something to drive. Who knows?
I was gonna
Um,
say, have we heard what Tim is officially going to be driving to the expedition, or
yeah, I think it's a 2014 Dodge Caravan with the extra third row folding seats. No, as of Tim, like Tim, I'm going to call you out right now because you do it to me all the time. Like I've been texting with Tim almost daily for the last month, and every day that we text, he's got a different plan. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. That sounds like a great plan. And then the next day, it's you know what? Scrap that. I'm doing something else and doing. If he showed up in a Honda Ridgeline at this point, I think that'd be better off for everybody. Just show up. Just
You
get
know what?
there.
If he showed up in a minivan, I mean, let's think of the positives. If we had to run into town, we could put more
oh yeah,
people in there and like room for groceries and stuff. So that's not going to be a horrible thing.
more White
No,
Claw?
yeah, I, he's going to try to be out there in the Jeep, but I fully expect. I would not be surprised if an Uber pulls up to the campsite and drops him off, and he has to drive with us all
Hey
weekend.
guys, I'm here.
But at the very least, that's what I expect. At the very least, and just step out, guys. It's me.
Well, and what's funny is at one point he tried to sell me on it. He was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just come out and be a passenger of everybody's vehicle. That way I can experience all the different vehicles. And that sounds like a man trying to sell himself on a plane.
Oh my god! And I can experience the vehicles. You know. All right.
He wants to experience all the different vehicles. If he was
I
smart,
really enjoy the interior on that Frontier. Matt's
Yeah.
Frontier is a little better than Casey's Frontier.
yeah, if he was smart,
I like
he'd just go-
Jose's Bluetooth speaker.
nobody ever. If he was smart, he would just go buy a Frontier and be done with it. Just get the Frontier and move on.
I
Yeah.
bet you, if he traded in his Jeep for a Frontier, he'd probably get some money back.
He'd still owe $28,000. I mean, that Jeep. He'd have to push it into the dealership, I think. Tim says your Frontier probably smells funky, Matt.
It's almost like he knows me or already has one.
Yeah. So the trails. So anybody that's registered, with the exception of maybe the very last guy that registered while we were on the road. On the way, we had some people on the waiting list, so I sent those people a text and an email and said, "Hey, you're on the waiting list. We can fit you in." And then one of the guys registered yesterday while I was up here, I think, and I don't think I've sent him all the details yet, but everybody else has the details. with the camping location, the trails. I'll be totally honest. Like we've got 3 trails picked for the 2 days of wheeling, and I am one of the trails. Earp Falls is. I watched a bunch of video last night. We were sitting around the cabin, and there's a spot that's going to be gnarly. It's a pretty. It's on that video I sent you guys. It's a pretty gnarly right hand turn climbing up a waterfall. There were some Jeeps. I saw a Wrangler on 35s with no lockers or anything, and it still made it. I mean, I think with lockers and sliders, it won't be a problem. Although I'm concerned about the bigger boys, not the F-250 long bed, and we got a Power Wagon that's going to be on the trip with us. Although
Well,
Kevin,
they're both locked, so
yeah, well, it's the turning radius, trying to get
that's true.
around that turn. I was having some conversation with Kevin about it, and he was like, "Whatever." And he sent me a picture of his F-250, full size F-250 he's bringing, where he's already gone into the side of the quarter panel. He's like, "Whatever. It's just character of the truck." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it, but my Ranger doesn't have any scratches on it yet." Uh, so I definitely want to look at that. And one of the things that Tim and I talked about was he was going to try to make a pre-run this weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, if he could, because he's probably the closest one.
And what car?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's still hoping. He has a few more days. He's going to try and hit the lotto between now and then. And then when that happens, he'll go ahead and rerun for us. It's not impossible. It could happen.
Improbable, but impossible. No.
Nobody likes negative thoughts, Jose.
You're right.
It's going to be a negative name.
You're right. Get out of
here. So that is my one concern. So Matt and I talked about when we got there Thursday, staking claim to a campsite and shooting over there just to take a look at it and see what it's like. So I'm going to line up a couple. And then I watched a video from Dirt Nation. If anybody knows anybody from Dirt Nation, I reached out to them on YouTube and said, "Hey man, that looks like a fun trail." They did a great video on it. I said, "Do you think a full size could make it?" And I haven't heard any back from them yet. So I'm hoping that they respond. But worst case scenario, I think if I recall, the waterfall is at one end of the trail, so we could start at the other end, get to the waterfall, and if anybody didn't want to take it, they could turn around and go back, and we can meet. Take two groups and meet up. So that's an option. I've got 2 or 3 other trails out there that we can run. There's one maybe we didn't talk about this. Maybe we should. So there's a place out there called Swansea. You can take a trail all the way out to this old mining town, and it's pretty cool. There's all kinds of mining stuff there. Like you could see the barracks, you could see where they were doing all the processing. There's a big hole in the ground, and when I say big, I'm talking about 20 yards, 30 yards in diameter with a big steel grate, and you can stand on the grate and look down into the hole. I tried to get Tammy to get married there, and she wasn't having it. We were there one year.
Yeah, that's safe.
I said, "Come on, let's get married out here," and she was like, "No, we're not having it." But we could do that. No, not Ron Swanson, Swansea. That's Swansea. Go check it out. So we could do, instead of Earp Falls, we could pull Swansea up and do that, and it's
Is it named after Wyatt Earp?
I would assume so. Isn't
right, Arizona.
Isn't everything in Arizona named after like Wyatt Earp
or Doc Holliday? Right?
Yeah, Doc Holliday or something. I mean,
which Buffalo Bill?
Silence
of the Lambs Buffalo Bill or the Cowboy Buffalo Bill?
I don't know.
The real Buffalo Bill.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, I don't. So that's an option that we could look at that. So maybe we'll look at that over the next couple of days. My plan is between now and Sunday to really finalize everything with this trip, because my fear is starting Monday, I'm not going to come up for air until we leave for the trip on Thursday. I am worried about how I'm going to get everything ready to go for the trip next week. with this new role. So my goal is to have everything dialed in by Sunday. We've already got stuff from Ironman Off Road. They already sent us a whole box of swag. The Baja Forge LGE team has already responded. Shower pouch,
Shower
white
pouch.
knuckle. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've been communicating with them. Once we get all that stuff together, the goal is going to be to get all the swag bags packed and ready to go with everybody's name on them, so that they all have the right shirt size. What?
That feels like an insult. Like if you just, hey, you swag bag, like, hey,
Where does swag
you
come
dirty
from?
bag of swag, get out of here.
Where does the term swag come from?
Monty just told me, I think last week, she said it's stuff we all get. Swag.
Really?
That's what she said. And you know what?
Yeah, but
I
it comes
thought
from my
about it.
sister. So
I
Well,
thought
she doesn't
about
get a lot of swag from you, huh?
I know. I thought about it long and hard, and it works out. Works out. Stuff we all get. Swag.
you know what? I will go with it.
It's good enough. Good enough for me.
Yeah. So the stuff we all get is going to be packed up, and like I said, I'm gonna get each bag put together with the raffle tickets and everything else per person, so we don't have to try to go and remember what shirt size everybody had and all that stuff. So that we'll do that, and we'll just cart those out as part of our gear. It's going to take, man, I don't know how we're going to get all those out on top of everything else.
Yeah, somebody's got to haul all that stuff, right? That's like how many bags worth of stuff? Oh, man.
42 bags. We have 25 vehicles, but I think we have 42 participants. Or it's 38 participants, I think. So it's going to be, the stickers are already here. We already got those. It's going to be a fun trip. And I'm looking at I looked at the when you look at the group that's going, it's going to be a fun group, because it's a really, really good mix of people that have been on trips with us before and know what to expect. And
they still came?
They keep coming back. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they're coming back.
And they're paying to go this time.
And but they're getting, if everything comes through, if all the stuff that we've all the people we've talked to have come through, it's going to be a solid swag bag. So
yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, it's a good mix of people that have been on trips with us before and know what to expect and are disturbed enough to come back, and new people. It looks like we've got another Nissan Frontier coming.
I saw it. There's more Nissans than Toyotas.
Yeah,
I think on this list.
True.
That's
true.
Awesome. Tip of the spear.
Jerome's coming out in his how many? So
how many
are
tips
you
does spear have now?
Yeah, I was gonna say how many tips does that spear have, sir?
You guys know I'm angling for a trident, so maybe this new guy,
That's true.
Two tips instead of 2 tips, same spear. We form a tripod.
Form up.
No, it's like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. As the two little.
Who's the 2 little ones and who's the long one?
Look, I'm the big one. Obviously.
Obviously.
The 2 side tips, they can fight over it amongst themselves. Right or left, up or down, I don't care.
Shy's coming out in his 4Runner. We got Rich in his Land Cruiser. Anthony in his Chevy Colorado. So there's going to be 2 Chevy Colorados out there this time, because Sexy Dave is coming out with us.
He's no longer ZR2 Dave.
Like
never again, right? Didn't he sell his truck or something?
Did he?
I knew he was I have not seen it if he did. I knew he was having some conversations.
I thought he just posted I might be wrong, but I thought he posted a picture of a Gladiator.
Spoiler alert, bro.
What?
Hey, dude, if he put it on Instagram and I saw it, then everybody else has to know about it.
That's true.
For sure.
Tammy knows about it. My kids probably know about it.
What happened to the ZR2?
Well,
I'm just saying.
I know he was looking for a while,
He was asking Casey to come help him do a lift or something last week.
That was on.
That was on the chat room.
Yeah, I'm not seeing on his Instagram anything.
See, Joe K? Joe K? ZR2 picked up a Gladiator. So he's he's Gladiator Dave.
No, what was
he's GD Dave.
No, what was Russell what's that the movie Gladiator? What was it?
Yeah.
Maximus Aurelius?
Yes, Maximus.
Okay, Dave's new name is Maximus. Maximus Dave.
Dave Maximus.
Dave Maximus.
David Maximus.
Maximus Dave. No.
Maximus Dave. Okay. So, wow, look at Matt being in the know. What is going on with the world, man?
You know what? 2020. You never know what's gonna happen.
Cats and dogs living in harmony.
Dodgers winning the World Series. What's happening?
Dodgers winning the World Series. Cats and dogs living in harmony.
Well, it took a pandemic for them to win, so I don't know.
Everybody else was sick.
Yeah.
That's all right. It counts.
Let's see. We got
just win, huh?
Mike is coming. Mike from last year's winter expedition is coming back out in his LJ. We got.
That's the yellow one, right?
Yes, Joe K, Adam Shanley in his Gladiator, Joe Darwin, Joey D. Let's see. You know what? If that's the case, if Dave got a Gladiator, I don't know if we can let him on the trip. He registered with the 2017 Colorado ZR2. I don't know if the registration doesn't match. We're going to have some issues.
Loopholes.
This is a tight security situation here. We gotta check that out. Eric Martinez is coming out in a Ram Power Wagon. Damn, that scares me. That's a big truck. Another JL.
Trail Recon. Brad just got a Power Wagon.
I know, and that's
I saw that.
So between the Power Wagon and Duty Driven's F-250 long bed, those are the two big vehicles I'm a little bit concerned about on these trips.
They'll be fine, dude. They'll be fine.
You guys heard it. Jose's taking responsibility for all of it.
If it's the same video you were talking about that I saw, I'm not sure what trail it was, but it was like a really hard right in between like a couple of giant rocks.
Yeah,
and then you climb up. And you almost had to like kind of wedge back. There was a guy in a Wrangler, I think, had to like reset and square up and go. That's what I'm saying. I think that looks like I'm going to drag my rocker right there.
And let's move the rocks.
That's why I said I'm going to bring a jackhammer. And Cody was like, screw it. We'll just bring a Sawzall and cut a hole in the side of your rocker. So whatever.
Just cut the bed off, dude.
So we'll make a decision on that. That might be a game day decision. We may, maybe one of us early morning and goes and checks it out or something, but we'll figure that out. The good thing is we've got options. Once we're out there, there's plenty of places to wheel, and we could just go tool around and have a good time.
Tim wants to know if his Uber driver can come with us.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Can we vet him first? Like, he's got to be interesting. Got to have a pretty good sense of humor. Be a Dodger fan would be good. No.
Yeah. So the plan still, like I said, some of us are going out Thursday night. Everybody should be at the trail by 10, 11 o'clock. I like
how Tim is calling out all the pansies that aren't going to make this section of the trail. He's going to wheel up in a minivan.
Yeah. We don't even know if he's going to show up.
I don't doubt that he'll be there. I just don't know if he's going to have a vehicle with him.
Yeah, his wife's going to have to drop him off.
Yeah, drop him off.
All right, honey,
can you guys tell me what mile marker you guys are at?
He's going to roll up and drop him off. All right, honey, give me a kiss. Be nice. Play nice with the other boys.
With a sleeping bag.
A Transformer sleeping bag. And an Optimus Prime backpack.
Exactly.
So he says, once we're on dirt, I'll be fine. Apparently, because the Jeep can't make it on the road. So regardless.
it's Arizona. Like half the roads are not paved anyhow, so he's good, right?
Yeah, and you can drive around Arizona. Think about this: you can drive around Arizona in the side by side. He can't do it in his Jeep. So I'm looking forward to this. We're going to have a really good time. I'm very fortunate that I put these 2 days off in the negotiations for the new job because it's literally my second week at work. I start on the Monday after Thanksgiving. I work
You're that guy,
week,
huh?
and yeah, I am. I'm totally that guy. But I've probably done. This is sad. I have probably done more work for my new job in the last week and a half than I have in the last month at my other job, and I'm not even.
That's horrible, dude.
Well, it's just I have a lot to do, and so I'm trying to get it all ramped up so that I can hit it hard when I get there. Uh, but it's just that the last company was just struggling so bad, nobody knew what was going on. And I put my notice in and was basically done a couple days later. So I've been free to do the other work. So I'm looking at that. Later, Tim. The trip's going to be good. Again, the fortunate thing is that we're 10 minutes, 20 minutes from town in either direction. So if we forget something or need food or ice or whatever, it's not like some of the remote stuff.
I'm gonna grocery shop when we get out there. I don't think I'm gonna drive. Why bother doing it out here? We're gonna be there early. I think I might just do it.
So for Thursday,
either early Friday or Thursday night.
Yeah, I would say Thursday. We'll get there Thursday. If we leave at 10, we get there 2:00 ish. Stake out camp, right? Shoot up into town at the grocery store, fill up, come back, get all that set up, and then we're good for the weekend. You know what I mean? And it's that much. It's 4 hours of less ice melting. It's all kinds of stuff. Unless you want to buy a fridge between now and then, but I don't think that's going to happen for me.
No. Does anybody want to give me a fridge? I need a fridge for my house, let alone for
I thought you were getting
camping.
one.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
I have to go up to the COVID cabin to get it, though.
No, yeah, you better sanitize that thing on the way down. So that's the trip. I mean, it's those of you that are going on the trip. I sent out the last communication that included the pictures of the shirts we designed for the event, and so.
Did you get an appropriate response from everybody,
No,
or did nobody? Yeah,
nobody.
Yeah.
Exactly. I tell you what.
Good.
I'll tell you
Good.
what. Brian from Airdown is making our shirts for us. He responded with these logos. This design looks great, and that's all I needed. It made me feel good about.
Well, he made the shirts. Of course, he's gonna say that.
No, I made the design though. I made the design and sent it to him. He's gonna print it on the shirts, and he said the design looked good, and I felt good about that. Nobody else.
Good for you.
I'm the only one that cares. Well, screw you guys. You're not getting shirts anymore. I'm not gonna pack it in and buy your bag.
God.
So, anyways, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. I am super whiny. It's gonna be stupid fun, and I can't wait. Anything else on the trip, guys, that you can think of? Anything that you want to bring up or remind people before it happens?
Just around the campfire. I mean, there's gonna be a very vulgar talk, so be prepared for that.
There's gonna be children here. This is a family appropriate family trip.
Like I said,
we have to be aware that after the kids go to bed, you guys can do
where do you think all the vulgarity's coming from? Bringing my kids.
Your kids, yeah. But I think there's gonna be the early campfire talk with the families, and then there's gonna be we need to set a separate campfire for you guys further out. Bring anybody coming. Bring earplugs. Bring earplugs because the campfire will go till 2:00 in the morning, and I will be in the tent at 9:15 with earplugs and sleeping.
God, exciting! Let's make sure that let's come up with some Mike Trout related stats. So we can argue about what. Also, if you can tune up your Beverly Hills 90210 knowledge, let's see. I'm very opinionated with X Files or Star Trek. Those are usually pretty good. Campfire topics, of course, conspiracies. Jose, you got any good conspiracies?
So hold on the conspiracies. Are you guys going to go conspiracy or like UFO? Because I don't. Do those get lumped together? I think too much. They get lumped together. But like you guys have gone full conspiracy, JFK and the grassy knoll, and you've gone like UFO and you've gone Bigfoot. And so like what? Let's rein this in. Like what kind of topic do you think you want people to bring to the table this time?
Well, so all the shows that I would typically listen to about conspiracies, they all went way hard during this political season on one way or another, and it just got into conspiracy theories about either side of the thing. So it's not even like fun crap. It's all
that we don't have to. I say we don't talk about like political.
No, I don't want. That's why I haven't even listened to my usual podcast of conspiracies because they just went too hard in the paint, and I didn't need to listen to all that crap.
I want fun conspiracies. I want Bigfoot, aliens,
probes,
probes. I guess ghosts or whatever stuff like that. No, like one side says it's a conspiracy, the other side says no. The consensus is that's a conspiracy theory. Aliens or whatever.
So no political conspiracies. Mostly random nonsense.
It's too dark. Some of those are too dark, dude. It's just not.
It's sad that the topics of our real world are just too much to handle. We need to talk about
the real world is too dark right now. Oh, that's why we're going on this trip to get away from all the shit.
That's right.
True. So the camp area. At one point, I talked about. I wasn't sure about campfires, but one of the satellite views I was looking at. It looks like there's pits. So I will bring my little portable pit. If anybody's got a portable stove, we can set that like a solo stove or something. We can set that up. So we'll try to make like a centralized location. Food situation. Everybody should be self-sufficient. Bring whatever food and water you need. Like I said, you could literally drive up to Havasu. Get McDonald's drive-through and come back for dinner.
That might be an easy night.
Yeah, that
might be one of my nights. That might be one of my back.
Hey, since Tim's going to have the minivan, we'll just all caravan up.
Oh yeah, that's true.
McDonald's drive-through and have some dinner.
I'll make sure to bring my spare Land Cruiser too.
Yeah, dude, you've got enough points. Just build a Land Cruiser for Tim to drive.
You're right, dude. You can drive my spare Land Cruiser.
Okay, so trip is going to be awesome. Hopefully everybody that wanted to go is going, and you guys will be there. It's going to be.
What if there's people that don't want to go and they're going? What if like Tim drags his poor wife like, hey, you gotta go, and she doesn't,
why do I have to go? You gotta drive the van.
Yeah, I'm sure she does not want to hang out with us. Rightfully so. I don't blame her at all.
She's probably funnier than Tim. Who knows?
All right. So a couple some news stuff. Did you guys see that the Bronco race prototype finished the Baja 1000?
I mean, that's a good start for Ford, I guess.
But this is the second Baja 1000. They didn't finish the last year. They made a bunch of adjustments, and they did it this year. They took second in the
Was there an LS in there?
Yeah. Was there a handicap lane that they took the whole way?
No, so get this. I read this article. It's on Autoblog. I'd read it before, but so they were second in their class. But if I recall, there was only like a handful of people in that class. They took 70th overall out of 99 total finishers, right? so 70th. Not like they killed anything, but they did the whole thing in the stock 2.7 EcoBoost and 10-speed transmission. It was a stock factory drivetrain ran the Baja. So my Ranger drivetrain ran the Baja.
They didn't go through any. It didn't have any sand, apparently. There's probably very not a whole lot of sand in that route.
They do drive I do. So it says Ford's stated goal for the Baja 1000 was to validate and test parts of the production Bronco, including the bone stock 2.7-liter EcoBoost engine and 10-speed automatic transmission that powered the racing prototype. And they wanted to refine the SUV's Baja Goat mode and finish the race. So, I mean, they could have easily taken that Bronco prototype body and put a giant Raptor engine in it and probably done a lot better than 70th place. I think it's pretty awesome that they took the stock drivetrain and off-road modes and went and did it.
Did they have the AC on? And how did the AC work?
It doesn't say in the article, but in the picture it looks like it was hot, and I'm sure they were fine.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's important to me.
I'm sure that it did well. And the lights, they got cool lights on the grill. I think that's a lot of stickers on there for you, Matt. A lot of stickers.
I think the what would be impressive is if they ran it and then they got out and they were like totally clean and because it's like a new car, right? They just ran the Baja 1000, windows up.
Yeah, windows up, AC blasting.
Yeah, and they just got out like they just went through the drive-through or something, or maybe a 7-Eleven big gulp cup. Hey guys, we just did it. That would have been cool. I'd have given them credit for that.
Shorts and flip-flops, no race suits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did the Baja 1000. No big.
Just another weekend in Baja,
But they did it. I mean, I think that's a pretty cool thing that they are using it to test and validate the engine and drivetrain. I mean, that's where I can't imagine it being tested any harder anywhere else.
Yeah, when they initially got away from the V8s and first brought out these EcoBoost motors, they ran, I think, a year or two before they officially released it in the Baja under in their Raptor trucks. So I mean, it's cool. They do their homework, but it just doesn't correlate to the end product.
What happened with your truck, Jose? Did the dog chew the homework up on that truck?
No, there's just no teacher that day, and they're just like,
no teacher.
They're just like, fuck it, dude. Let's just. I know. There's no way you can edit this one.
You fucking got him.
Come on. You're killing me. Okay, how many minutes?
Oh, where's Tim? He missed it.
On the OBS recording. I don't even know. So the background here is we're not on our normal rigs. I'm just on a laptop in the spare bedroom. So we don't have all the normal stuff that we have. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to find the damn F-bomb in the but so going back to your talk about Ford, like they did that movie called Born in Baja, and it was about a Ford Raptor and a Ford. Yeah. If you guys haven't watched, even if you're not a Ford fan, if you're just a off-road truck fan, check out that movie. I think you can stream it on YouTube. It's basically one of the prototypes of the Ford Raptor. They literally take it to Baja and run it. And Matt, you will be very happy that they were up all night the night before because they couldn't get it started. There's a whole segment of the movie where you're like, they might not be on the run tomorrow. But I think that was, we've talked about recently how, even with Chase the other day, we talked about how Ford has really made a push for this, for the enthusiast, for the off-road ability of their products. And I think this is where that started, that Born in Baja Raptor movie and the stuff that they're doing to try to get the Ford name back out into the dirt and on the podium.
The only problem I have, or in my opinion, I think they should have released the Bronco news. If they they should have brought out the cars sooner. Like, so when they released it to the public, they should have been available like 6 months later, not like a year later.
Yeah.
Like how Ram is doing, like with their TRX, like they announced it a couple months ago, and they're coming out later next month. Same thing with the Jeep, that new Jeep with the V8, so it's official.
Yeah.
No, it came out like the week after we recorded last week. It's the motor out of a SRT Challenger. It's not the Hellcat motor, but it's non-supercharged one.
It's a 392, right?
392, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's badass, dude, and you can get that in January.
470 horse, I think.
Yeah, 470.
That's pretty good. You know,
that's a lot, dude.
Back in the day, if you had 300 horse on
you were the king of the streets, man.
Yeah, you were pretty badass. Yeah. And now it's like 300 horse. 300 horse, don't even bother pulling that out.
Minivans, most minivans have 300 horsepower, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 392 Jeep.
Not 10.
That 392 Jeep, it's like
he shows up in a brand new TRX because he's so tired of our shit. That'd be so awesome.
He had a second on his house. He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna shut these guys up.
So on at least one of these trails, I believe on Cattail Cove, 1 year, like I said before, we used to go out there between Christmas and New Year's every year, and it was so cold. Two of my buddies, we would run this stuff in their side by sides. It was so cold that their wives were like, "We're done. We're not doing it in side by sides anymore. We won't go." So they went and rented stock Jeep Wrangler, 2-door Jeep Wranglers stock, and ran these trails with us. They didn't look great at the end of it, but you could do it. You could rent a Wrangler, Tim, and just get it for the weekend and get the insurance, and then come after the time.
Hey, is that like legit? Like, if you just get that extra insurance, like they can't tell you anything?
No. So my sister-in-law used to work for Enterprise, and there's very clear clauses about not taking it off-road and not doing this. So if they're not tracking the vehicles, she was like,
right.
It would cost too much for them to do that. So if you were to bring it back, and it was 1 year Mojave, the second year we did the Mojave, they did the same thing. They rented a stock Jeep Grand Cherokee 4-wheel drive, a stock Dodge Nitro, and a stock Jeep Liberty, the bigger version 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so the guys that rented the Nitro and the Grand Cherokee were smart enough to come home, clean it, detail it, and take it back to the rental place. They did nothing.
Right.
The jackasses that rented the Liberty, they had their ice chest in the back seat, and they were hitting whoops, and you could see the beer flying out of the bottles, hitting like there was beer stains on the headline.
Oh, dude!
Wow. They ripped off one of the fairings on the bottom. The whole time he was like, I bought the extra insurance, and I was like, dude, that doesn't cover it. And so he took it back. He didn't clean it. He didn't wash it. He rolled it right up, and they were like, oh no. And they tried to come after him for their cleaning and the damages. And it went months. It went months, and he was fighting it. And I don't know exactly what the result was, but no, there's clauses. And the extra insurance is you got insurance, but if you like take it out of the country or go off roading with it or whatever, there's certain things that's not covered.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway, Tim, you should still do it. The Bronco, back to the Bronco. I think we talked about it a little bit last week. We've been talking about it more with, Tammy and I were talking about it, that I think the hardest part about the Bronco is going to be trying to get your hands on one. I think they're going to be really tough to get a hold of when they come out, regardless of what's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
When does the Frontier come out?
They haven't released it yet.
No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think Nissan is missing the boat on that one too. Like, they should have released it already.
Well, at the very least, they should be working the hype machine, right?
For sure.
Get in the mix. Everybody else is doing it right now. Get in the mix with the hype machine.
And nobody's contacted me or anything.
No. We told them. We told them.
AKA the hype machine, Dieterly. Nobody's called me.
Hyper D. Is that your DJ name? DJ Hyperdeets. But they should be on the hype machine right now and
get on board.
Get everybody going because it's supposed to come out in 2021, right?
June.
Yeah, they should be right now, man. They should be talking about it.
They're still not like for sure photos out of it yet, right? Because they keep saying no, that's the Navara, like the official. I don't think there's official photos out. As far as I can tell, every time I see something, there's like an argument about whether it's a Navara or not.
There was, the Motor Trend had put something out that said it was leaked photos, and I know the Nissan Nation guys were saying that
it's not those are not the one.
Navara, yeah. Well, yeah. I wonder. Think about the Bronco leading up and all the quote leaked photos of the Bronco prior to it coming out that may or may not have been leaked. They may have been
by Ford.
Intentionally let go.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nissan's not doing any of that because they're like, nobody cares. No one's paying attention.
Well, isn't that what that's their MO is? Like they never put anything into their branding or anything. It's just
I think that was under the old regime. I think that CEO is like, isn't he like extradition or they're trying to extradite him?
Yeah, he's hiding. Yeah.
Yeah, Nissan has other problems right now. They're trying to get extradited. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, he skipped town.
Doesn't that mean basically you're fired? Like, all right, dude, we're just gonna have to cut ties. I would think
so. I would assume so if you failed the country.
Here's your bonus, by the way.
Unless the president, unless his name is actually Mike Nissan, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Come on, Mike. Come back to Japan.
This guy that started Nissan wasn't named Mike. That's I'm gonna.
Does he know Jim Toyota?
Yeah. You don't know
Henry Ford.
Hey, you can't prove. You can't prove that it wasn't Mike. Mike.
Go to Wikipedia. Someone can do it right now in 30 seconds.
Mike
Nissan. He started a company.
Sounds like an air conditioning company. Mike Nissan. Heating and air.
Was he Bob Dotson's cousin? And then that's how the deal was.
Yeah,
that's right.
In the backyard barbecue, Mike was like, "Hey Bob, I know you're in hard times. Let me take the name from you."
Bob Dotson and Mike Nissan. That's pretty good.
This show is just filled with so much knowledge and background information.
That sounds like a dealership. Bob Dotson and Mike Nissan Ford.
Fiat.
That's funny.
That's dumb what that is. So
it's still funny.
Anything else? What's so the other background here, guys, is that with me coming up here to the mountains and doing family time, I really didn't put anything together for the show.
If you can't tell by now, this is a Seat of the Pants episode.
Yeah, we're making this stuff up right now. Anything good in the chat room? Any comments or any questions that does anybody need love advice from Matt or any of that stuff?
There's somebody
already left. So
Rusty Thomason, he said, speaking of UFOs, he needs to contact me and Jose.
Whoa.
Oh, did you guys hear that that satellite? What's that big satellite dish in South
Hubble?
America?
Arecibo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sarajevo, but isn't that in Russia or something?
They had the Olympics there decades ago.
They're knocking it down, dude. It's I guess it's too damaged. I mean, it's like 40 years old, right?
Yeah, it's super old. I don't know if that's radio telescope, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they probably have.
Do you need, with the tech that we have out today, do you need something that big to get the same effect?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You never need anything.
I wouldn't think so. Especially being on the planet, you have the interference with the atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah, but
I'm sure they have-
when you're on a flat plane, there shouldn't be any interference. You have direct line of sight no matter where you're at on the plane.
So John Gamble brought up a topic.
Flat Earth, bro. Are you what do they call them now? Like people that flat earthers that are they have a nickname for people that think the world is round.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I've got a name for him.
What's up?
So I've got a name for him. I'm not going to say it because I have to beep it out.
I forgot. It's like globe lovers or something like that, or you're married to the globe. I don't know, some shit like that.
Some shit.
That sounds hot.
Married to the globe, dude.
John Gamble brought up a question. He said, "What's the new name of FCA?" And I forgot about this. This is
it's like Stellaris or some shit.
Yeah, it's I just had it here. The new name of FCA is changing its name. I just had the article here. Where'd you go?
Stellantis, right?
Stellantis.
Okay.
STLLANTIS.
What are we talking about?
So FCA, Fiat Chrysler America.
Oh,
they changed their name.
Yeah.
Isn't Cialis like a boner pill or something?
It does sound like Cialis. You're right. No, it's
that's a strong move.
Matt, your Cialis prescription's right behind you. We can all see it.
I don't use that stuff.
Who's Viagra?
I'm a Viagra.
Yeah.
I'm a little blue pill man.
It's Stellantis, like Stellar and Atlantis. Stellantis. I don't know why. I'm sure that there's a reason for the name, but that's so. Is the Stellantis name will only be used at the corporate level, so it won't be the Stellantis Wrangler.
Was it Frank Stellantis?
Francisco. He goes by Francisco.
Oh, Francisco Stellantis. Yeah.
He's Italian.
That makes a lot of sense to me now.
He's Italian. Francisco's not. It's Vincenzo Statale.
All right. Don't try to get all uppity with me.
He's
well, they're Italian. They're not
Latinx.
Yeah, I'm Latinx. All right, get it right.
Look, his first name's Frank. Give me a break. You don't worry about his last name.
You're telling me his name's Chewy? That's what they call Franciscos in Mexico. Chewies.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, man.
I don't make the rules.
Well, normally I would go to you to fact check something like that. So I guess I have to take your word for it.
I'm about 60% sure that they call
it. Oh,
it
that's not very good at all.
No, that's
60.
Very. No. Chewy.
I'll tell you right now, dude. Give me a second. Oh no, it's Paco. Sorry, Paco. See, I was way off.
Chewy and Paco are two different people altogether. That's like Chewy's the guy. Never mind. I was going to go down a rant that was going to get us all in trouble.
It's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Chewy and Paco both sound like great guys. So I guess with the FCA, making changes if that Stellantis name is only going to be used at the corporate level, they'll still keep the Jeep brand, Jeep Chrysler brand, all that stuff. Whatever. So,
I heard Mike Nissan was making a play to move in.
No, Bob Dotson, he's been saving up for these past few years. Oh, yeah. He's going to buy out Mike, dude.
No, dude. Bob Dotson cashed in 1987.
He's making one final run, dude. He's making one final push.
What year did Nissan buy Dotson? You know?
It had to be in the 80s, right?
That's like mid-80s, early 80s.
I was going to say 80s. Oh, early 80s? I thought it was like later 80s.
Like
it was
the
probably
Nissan,
mid. I'm going to say mid.
With the I remember the Nissan 300Z, that was like, you didn't have the Datsun 280Z. It was or a Nissan 280Z. It was a Datsun 280Z.
Yeah, you're right.
Nissan 300 was the year, whatever year that car came out.
So Wikipedia says that it was discontinued in 1986.
See, I was right.
but then relaunched in 2013.
Datsun?
That's what it says. Relaunched in 2013. I'm assuming overseas. There's definitely no Datsun here, but Wikipedia has all the answers.
It's 100% factual. It's on the internet. It's real.
You can't go wrong. But yeah, I remember those the 280. My in-laws have a 280 pristine 1983, I think, 280Z in that dark brown with the tan interior. Things pristine. We've tried to buy it from them a couple times, and they're just not letting go of it.
Those cars are like the new collectibles now.
Yeah. Can you ask them? Maybe they don't want you to buy it. Maybe they want to give it to me. Can you ask them? Would you like to give this to Matt? He would like it very much. I saw one of those on the freeway yesterday, and it was like so cool. I mean, it was busted up, but I just thought it was really cool seeing on the road, still functioning. As a kid was driving it. I thought it was pretty rad.
No, this thing probably has, I think Tammy said 20,000 miles on it. So it was her uncle's, and he bought it, and he died
from Bob.
From Bob, like he said, Bob, hook me up. So he bought it, and then he passed away shortly after in a motorcycle accident. And so her mom and dad have kept it this whole time. And
he bought it, and then he bought it.
Yes.
Edit that out.
Yeah, I definitely need to edit that out. So they've kept it this whole time, and Tammy got to drive it for a little while in high school while she was like, maybe high school, college, whatever. She got to drive it a little while when she was in between cars, and she loved it, and she always wanted it, and she hasn't been able to convince them to sell it. And I literally started throwing how you start throwing offers at someone that you don't have that money. You don't. You're like, I'll give you this much for it right now. I'll write you a check right now. I don't have that much money. I'm not. I just kept throwing money.
But I have checks.
Yeah, I have a lot of checks, dude.
Yeah, I just kept throwing money to see if there was a price, and I couldn't get them to budge. I couldn't.
Wow.
And my father-in-law, who has restored several cars, he's a car guy. We've talked about a 56 Ford and a 66 Mustang. He just a month ago maybe took it out, got new tires on it, got the brakes done. I bet the thing runs like a top. I bet it is just fun as hell. But
that was the era when Japanese cars were trying to make a name for themselves. So they were just like they were built to last forever, like those cars.
Yeah, that thing is pretty awesome, and I'd love to get a hold of it for Tammy to be able to drive it around, but I don't think they're going to give it up. So, all right. Well, anything else? I don't have a whole lot going on. It's we've been rambling for a little over just about an hour. Shorter.
Yeah, we got further than I thought.
So the plan for next week, the plan will be that we should be back in the studio as normal. We need to work on lining up. I got a couple feelers out for some interviews, and then that Monday. So we have two more recordings before the show. We have next Monday, and then the following Monday before the event. So if you are attending the event, we'll try to keep you notified on those, and I'll be sending out email correspondence as more things come up. If you're going on a trip and you don't have a radio, try to grab one of those Bofang UV5R radios from Amazon. They're $35, I think. We can get them programmed with the right channels, and then that way we'll have a way to communicate, because it's going to be 25 rigs. It's going to be a good.
We're probably going to have issues for like front to back communicating.
Yeah, well,
we have in the past. If you've been in the back of a pack like that,
it's
sprung out a couple miles.
We'll split up. We'll split up the core group and put people in between, and be able to relay, so that Jose will probably end up in the back because he always does. But we'll relay and make sure we get copies from Jose as we go forward. But we'll put together a plan.
How about I was just gonna say in the questionnaire, did we ask camping experience? Like, are there people that are not? They're like novice campers, and it's going to be 40, 30 degrees out there at night. Make sure that you have cold weather clothing, and if you're camping out in the middle, bring a I don't know, space heater for your tent, possibly.
I didn't like that space heater you had in your tent last year. No, I did not. I didn't think to ask that. But it's going to be 30 degrees at night. It's going to be cold. So extra layers, extra sleeping bags. Man, I have that. I still have that from Mojave. I still have that king size, 2-foot tall air mattress.
Don't bring that, dude. Don't bring that.
Wedged inside my tent. Like I couldn't get it's just all folded up together. Once I I folded the tent on top of it and folded it up. I want a cot. I want to get I should have ordered that a while ago. I want to get up off the ground, like have a cot hammock type thing.
Right? Iron Man has those.
Do they? Yeah, I'll check those out right now. But I'd love to do that and just get off the ground altogether.
I was thinking about. Oh, sorry to cut you off. I was thinking about buying one of those swag tents from Mountain Hatch.
Yeah, but you're still on the ground.
No, it has a mattress in it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it has
that's right.
mattress.
That's right. It folds out, right?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about buying one of those. I'm still thinking about it.
Okay.
It's easy to set up. It looks easy to set up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that it's the whole having the equipment, the right equipment when it's just you, and then the equipment when it's you and the family, and you know what I mean, like that king size mattress inside that tent. Once you blow that damn thing up, you've got no floor to tent.
Well, you got like this much area, like you're really just laying there. You gotta like inflate it with you laying on it, and then you close the tent.
Yeah, it's dumb. Dude, when I bought it and I got it home, Timmy was like, "Are you sure it's gonna fit?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's fine."
It'll be all right.
I don't know. I ended up bringing the tent in the house and setting it up and putting it in there to make sure it could fit. But yeah, I think I'll look at cots or hammocks or the swag tent or whatever. And since it's just going to be me, I think it'd be easier than trying to do a whole air mattress thing. I never sleep well on those air mattresses. It's never.
Mine always deflates and it just does not work well, dude. And like just trying to pump it up, like you just, I'm over the air mattress thing.
This last one, I spent good money on it. So it's once you pump it up, it's great. It doesn't leak. It's good. It's got its own internal pump. I just have to plug it into the inverter in the Ranger and power it off 110. So I mean but it's just once you blow it up, like I said, the tent's worthless. You can't do anything but sleep in it. So that's gonna be my mission.
Well, your solution is just buy a bigger tent. You need like a 12-person tent.
Dude, I already carry too much stuff. I already have too much stuff. I need to somehow minimize. I think I need to try to minimize for this trip. Like the one thing is my Johnson Valley, my big toolbox, my big plastic toolbox that I had back there with all my gear in it. I wrecked that damn thing. Johnson Valley, hauling around Johnson Valley, I cracked the shit out of it. So it's not watertight anymore. It's not. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do to get gear out there. So I think it's almost time for a tent, dude. For a trailer. I need a trailer, overland trailer tent. I think it's time.
First world problems for sure.
Or a second. I don't know. But look, whether or not I get one is different than it being time. I need one.
Hey, needs. When it comes to needs, if you need one, dude, just swipe it. Worry about it later.
Whatever.
No, I don't swipe nothing.
Whatever happened to the what was the one that you brought out to Orange County?
Asrex.
What happened?
Asrex.
I have no idea where Asrex 1 is, but I hope it's having a good life. I hope it's living its best life. I hope it's got experiences. The
Asterix One sounds like a reject from Star Wars. Like he couldn't make it.
No, that's from Star Trek. That's the fucking Federation's reject
Come
ship
on!
Hi, it's Asterix One.
It's the Asterix One is the model R2D2 replaced. It's, but yeah, no. So what we're talking about is so Syndicate Off Road for a
Ask
while.
him where that thing is. I'll drag that thing out there.
Syndicate Off Road.
I'll get all snuggly in the Asterix One.
Yeah, they were building overland trailers for a while, and then they stopped, and they've kind of been dormant for a while. I haven't been able to get a hold of them, so I don't know what they're doing or where Asterix ended. But I'm sure that somebody put it to use.
What's so funny about that is that they Cody, we hauled out the trailer out there. They were super excited to be showing at the show at the expo, right? And then the only thing we noticed was that it was called Asterix.
Yeah. I mean, I sat in it for a minute.
It was a great trailer.
It was a very nice trailer, but they're like, "Did you just call it Asterix One?"
Yeah, it was Adventure Series -REX1.
Yes.
And we're like, wait, Asterix One? What? Someone in your marketing department needs to fix that.
And they changed it. There was another event we went to after that shortly, and they had changed the numbering on there, and it was funny.
Asterix 2?
Yeah.
Asterix also? No. All right. Well, the short episode, guys, because we're all remote and doing other things, but wanted to get on and at least get something recorded, talk about the trip a little bit. If you guys have any questions, if you're going on a trip, you have any questions, email me or Matt or Jose. We'll do our best to answer it.
I'll figure out. I'll do my best to figure out how to open my emails. If you guys were to send me an email.
Real quick, Rusty asked if I've seen his home built trailer. I have, and it's pretty badass. And he's got it on his Facebook page. Rusty Thomason's got a nice built overland trailer. But again, that comes down to time and skill. And I have some time now, but I don't have much skill. And in about 5 days, I'm not going to have any time or skill. So that's not. I found one. What was it before Mojave? I found one of those. I found a home built one on Craigslist for sale, and I almost pulled the trigger on it. I almost convinced Tammy to let me buy it, and we ended up not doing it because it didn't make sense at the time. But yeah, someday. But okay, guys. Well, we are going to cut the live stream here and hope that between Jose and I, someone recorded the audio here so that we have a show this week. If not, we'll figure something else out. But thanks for joining us in the live stream as we as every week, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in here and having some fun. So we'll talk to you guys next week.
Later.
Okay, so we're still live streaming while I'm trying to figure this out. I gotta exit here. Go back to OBS.